Hello guys, and welcome back to a Two Ordinary Guys video. It's Kyle here today. I think you guys know me by now. If you don't and you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe. It means a lot for me and Jacob. We're growing ever so slightly. It's amazing. I didn't think we'll get this far. But yeah, a subscribe really helps us grow as a channel. So yeah, this video is for the University of Wolverhampton for Paramedic Science. If you're a nursing student or any other student, you know, midwifery, you know, anything that's going to university, I welcome you to watch this video and listen to it. You know, take it on. If you know someone that's studying paramedic science, wants to go in or wanting to be a paramedic, maybe share it to them guys. Would really help. So first of all, I'm going to explain the entry requirements for the University of Wolverhampton. I took a bit of notes, so obviously address it better. That's how I sort of work, really. So the entry requirements, you need 5 GCSEs, maths, English and science. But they do offer equivalents. That's like the functional skills, the key skills. So you can have that in maths, English and science. So I think I'm doing at the moment maths and English functional skills level 2. That would gain you the entry to meet them, because they offer equivalents. Some universities don't accept equivalents, so you need to check with the university, but the University of Wolverhampton does. After you've had the 5 GCSEs and maybe equivalents, you need either A-levels, a BTEC or an access course. If you're studying A-levels, you need a BCC. If you're studying BTEC level 3, then you need, I think it's a DMM to apply. Obviously, if you don't meet them, don't panic. Maybe take another year out. You know, don't panic at all. The worst thing to do is panic. It'll stress you out a lot, and then you might go off the subject. And you want to just calm down, take a look, grab a cup of tea, and look into the future really, and just think how you're going to get there. Don't panic. With that, so you've got your A-levels or your BTEC, so your access course. You've got your 5 GCSEs, maybe equivalents. So then you might need to look into maybe getting some work experience or some paid work, maybe dealing with a customer service role, or working in a care home, which I do, or volunteering in a hospital as well, which I do as well, helping out with the feeding. It's quite easy to get into, but it's very rewarding, and it demonstrates that you're passionate about the course. It seems a very challenging course. So you need to show that you're committed to that course as well, which shows with the voluntary work. Then obviously you need to submit a personal statement, which not only does that look good in a personal statement, but it makes you better than the rest. It takes you, because it's quite a high applicant course. A lot of people are applying for the course as well, so you need to be better. You want to get that course, you want to get that, so you need to show why you want that. And I feel with a work experience, it does show that quite well. So that's the entry requirements. I'm going to be moving on to the things I take from the university at the open day and bring them to you guys. So when I went to the open day, they said that, and I seen as well, they help a lot with they're quite focused and help a lot supportive wise with people with dyslexia. I struggle a little bit with I'm mild dyslexic, so I struggle to put things down onto paper. So I find better typing it up. I know in the ambulance service you can't always do that, but they offer support with dyslexia and student support, and they're actually award-winning at the student support. So obviously that's quite important if you do suffer with that. Obviously, it just shows that the university is willing to help and they care about the students, which is something I look into for the university if I'm applying there. I've got here that 96% of the graduates went onto an employment as well. Another thing that I look into at university is their employability rate. So when you graduate, what are the chances that you're going to be employed, say by the ambulance service? And this one is 96%, so it's quite good if you want to go and apply for a future job. Obviously, you're going to be working with West Midlands Ambulance Service with the University of Wolverhampton. They're quite close-knitted with that placement provider. So your chances of getting a job with West Midlands Ambulance Service are quite strong. Obviously, if you don't want to, go for the West Midlands Ambulance Service. You can maybe apply for East Midlands or London Ambulance Service. It depends where you want to go, but here 96% graduate employability is quite good, I feel. It is actually the top 5 employability rate for all the universities, so it's up there. It's up there. That's quite important for me, really. Something else I like when I go to university, I like to see that they're different than the other universities. At the University of Wolverhampton, they said that they're the leading they provide a leading research into autism, which is quite nice. I like stuff like that. I think it's quite caring. So when they said that they're leading the research for autism, they're the leader in all, it's quite important because obviously they can say that, oh yeah, they've got provider of West Midlands Ambulance Service, which is important for me. But showing that they've gone the extra mile and they've got that side of the university, I think that's quite important as well. Another thing I look in for university is whether they're investing, whether they've got the facilities that I look into. At the University of Wolverhampton, they're investing by 2020 £250 million into university. So obviously there's money being put into the university. So it shows that they care about the course and about the university. And I feel that that's important if I want to go and study there. Obviously, I'm going to be putting a lot of money, into that university. So I want a university that's using that money efficiently, if you get what I'm trying to say. The student union there, if you don't know what a student union is, it's just like basically you're a student and you take on a role. I can't really explain it as well. I maybe go onto the University of Wolverhampton's page, but you can become a student maybe specialise in something. So maybe setting up programs for the students. So if they want to maybe do football as what's the word? I think of the word now. As like an activity with their friends, you set up that for them. Obviously, you listen to the students, and you take their opinions forward. So obviously, they come to you with their problems, and you listen, and you basically deal with them and make things better. And I feel that's quite important because I want to do some stuff like that. I would like to, obviously, at the open days as well, I like to volunteer at the open days, telling about the course, like I do with these videos. Obviously, I'm not as a student yet, but I like to promote the universities. And I feel when I'm at university, I want to take students round. So student union for me is quite important. Hopefully, if anyone is in part of the student union, please comment down below and explain a bit about what you guys do, because you when I went there, you guys are amazing. With the teaching at the University of Wolverhampton, obviously, you want to look into how much experience they have as teachers. At the University of Wolverhampton, a combined rate for all the teachers, they've got 100 years experience in the ambulance service. So a vast amount of knowledge going to be put onto you and your teaching. So I feel you learn quite a lot with all that knowledge that you have. The teachers are very good at the University of Wolverhampton. When I went there, they seemed really open, down to earth. You can easily approach them, and obviously you can tell that they've got a lot of experience and they know what they're talking about, really. It is a diverse job. Obviously, you guys know that. At the University of Wolverhampton, they explain that it is a diverse job, and they incorporate that with their training. So they would be giving you scenarios, going out on scenarios, so you do different things, maybe, because you don't always have a patient where you want it to be. So, they do incorporate that in their training, make it as diverse as possible. And then obviously when you're on the road on placement, you will see that as well, with West Midlands Ambulance Service. They explained about the opportunities when you graduate as a paramedic. Obviously, before there wasn't as many. There was quite a lot of opportunities, but there wasn't as many. The role of paramedic is ongoing. It's getting more. It's getting. What's the word? It's excelling its expectations. So now you could work in a GP surgery, accident and emergency. You could work in an oil rig in the middle of the sea. It's further on, And like I said here, I took some note. There's a lot of opportunities coming down to paramedic, so it's exciting for me. Furthering on, obviously you can go into the HEMS team, the heart team. If you want to go into that, research it up, become specialist paramedic, consultant paramedic. There's so many opportunities. So yeah, with the University of Wolverhampton, I keep saying that. with the university, the HCPC, Healthcare Professional Council, they've just improved the intake this year. I think there was only taking 30, now they're taking 50. So it's something to look into for the BSc. Obviously, the University of Wolverhampton do the BSc, so that's a 3-year course instead of the 2-year foundation, which is quite important because the HCPC are going to lead on in about 5 years to the 3-year course, as they're anticipating at the moment. So all the universities are changing their specification to teach the 3-year course. So obviously you will need to do the 3-year course at a later stage anyway. So doing the 3-year course now would make sense. You know what I mean? So the light's on me now. Obviously, you do work with West Midlands Ambulance Service as your placement provider, which is important for me as well. I do think that I do like West Midlands Ambulance Service. It's where I aspire to work for. Obviously, I feel it's important I go on placement there, but it's not mandatory for me. Obviously, getting the experience is mandatory, which is why I want to go to university. And I feel the reason why I'm going to university instead of going through the service route is I do want that supernumeracy role, so I'm always with the patient. If you go for the service route, you may be driving the ambulance, so you won't actually get that experience communicating with the patient. You will still get experience. I'm not saying that, guys. Don't think I'm saying that. But you will be talking with the patient more, if I'm right to say that. And obviously, you don't require a driving license because I don't drive at the moment. Obviously, with the service, you do. Obviously, there is pros and there is cons to going in the service. I'm not saying there isn't. But for me, in my opinion, I do want to go to university. But yeah. So that's basically university as a whole. It is an amazing university. I do recommend you go and check out the open days for the university as well. If you haven't already, check out my other videos on the open days. I'll be bringing you more and more and more the journey for me as a paramedic. But it's been Kyle from Two Ordinary Guys. Thank you for listening. Peace out. Stay ordinary.